Hey, today we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 5, episode 8. And it kind of starts off where they left off from last week, where Kenya was gone, blew with the wind, whatever. But she left, and the girls were talking about how crazy Kenya was. Nene was saying, I kind of heard about this, but this is kind of what I've been waiting to see this one or something like that. And I don't like Kenya. So let's get this out the way before I even begin it. So people won't say I'm bashing Kenya. I don't like her. I don't like her. She's ratchet. She's just over the top. She's dramatic. I don't like her. But anyway, she leaving. All the girls was just basically saying she was crazy. Phaedra was saying she had never seen that side of her. But Phaedra was kind of low-key, like kind of taking up for Kenya when Portia was saying how she felt. So I was just like, do not see what everybody else say. Why? Stop saying you like this girl. After she fighting with your husband, stop saying you like this girl. Like, come on now. Like, ugh. Anyway, the next, Kenya, Nene was like, ooh, Candy's gonna be mad that she missed this, and she over there getting it in with her. She's gonna be mad she missed this. So, Nene takes it upon herself to run to Candy's room the next morning to tell Candy what happened. And it was funny because I was laughing when Nene was, imitating Kenya with the twirl. That was so funny to me. But then they start talking. I liked how Nene eased it in of the conversation of the beef between her and Candy, and I think they handled that whole situation well. If you don't know or don't pay attention, they kind of was rehashing what happened with them the second season, or I think it was the second season, when her and Candy had got into it. When Candy was like, I'm gonna start blowing up on your ass or something. And I liked that Candy. I did. I liked that Candy. I think this season Candy is playing it safe, and I don't know if she's playing it safe because her and Todd's new relationship, so she gotta not really bring out the hood Candy or whatever. But I do think that, or she's trying to save face with his family because his family's probably watching this and she don't want them to see the real Candy. Yeah, because I don't think Candy being all the way herself. What else? Oh, but they were talking about, say, beef or whatever, and they got that kind of squared away, and I liked that. So then in comes Greg. Love Greg. Love Greg. He's so funny. He came in, and they asked him, no, Ty was like, I heard you kick butt in pool last night. He was like, I'm 40 and I'm established, and he did his little twirl. That's when you know everybody went to the room and told their man what happened because Greg wasn't there when that twirl was. Anyway, they all go downstairs to meet to go to lunch. And King just decides to call a meeting with the ladies so she can fake apologize to Portia. All the men go to the bus, and they sitting there and they waiting, and they complaining how hot it is. And fake-ass Kenya is in there talking about how she apologized for the way she acted last night, but when people call her a tramp and call her out her name, and so all of a sudden the apology just started going downhill. Because I was like, where's the apology? And then when they showed Nene and she was talking about what the hell is the apology, that ain't the way to apologize, I was just like, damn, I thought it was just me. Like, this bogus ass apology. If I was Portia, I would have just got up and walked away and be like, I don't want to hear this. I would have. Because it was just so bogus. And then they go back to the men on the bus, and they were talking about how Peter was just saying how, like, women got to hash all this out, and men just don't trip off of that. He was like, we get up, we get dressed, and we come kick it. They got to worry about who wearing what, why. And when I go with my friends, I don't say, oh, I wonder what such and such is wearing. I just get dressed. If we come with the same things, then okay, but I don't get dressed to what my friends is wearing. I don't get that. But it is true. A lot of women do that, and they surely do that. Yeah, so he goes, and all the guys talk to Peter into going to get the women. Peter thinks he's big, bad, Tonto Jamaica dude, so he thinks he's going to walk in there with a room full of women and tell them to come on. Cynthia being the wife took his ass back to the bus. And all the guys was laughing when he got on the bus, because they all knew, like, come on now. I don't care which ball you say you got women wearing it. But anyway, so they all come. Phaedra kind of nipped it in the bud and was like, okay, everybody cool. So they go, and they go have lunch. Cordell comes after lunch and was like, I just wanted to make sure everything is cool. So everybody was like, yeah, it's cool. So Kenya brings her fake ass out again because she always needs attention time. But she brought out a book for Cynthia called You Have No Idea by Vanessa Williams and her mother. And she was just like, everybody instantly looked like, for real? Like, this is not the time, the place, none of that. Like, if you had beef with Cynthia, you should have gave her that damn book at the airport. But anyway, she didn't. So she gives her the book, and Cynthia was like, oh, I feel like you trying to read me. Even Cynthia knew that. So they go back and forth about this book, yada, yada, yada. So then everybody kind of splits off. The girls go this way, and Nene is like, there go my man, I'm going with my man. So she goes with Greg on the donkey, the horse, whatever. So she was plenty on the horse. I like that they little segment because, like I said, I hope they get back together. But Cynthia and Kenya, they on a beach and they talking about what happened at the Bailey agency. And Cynthia was letting her know how she felt, whatever, on that Bailey agency little thing. And Kenya was just like, oh, that was so long ago, that was 2 months ago. But I'm like, you guys never hashed that out. How was y'all gonna get back to cool if you never hashed it out? So I like Cynthia because she didn't back down on this argument. She was, even when Kenya was acting like a big ass fool on the ground and she was circling on the sand, Cynthia was still telling her how she felt. Regardless if she was trying to like out talk Cynthia was still telling her how she felt. Anyway, so the girls kind of overhear them arguing. So Phaedra was like, oh, we gonna see what, we see them all talking, so we decided to go down. No, you didn't. All y'all was sitting on them things, and y'all heard them arguing because you could hear them arguing, like, so far away. So y'all decided to go walk up and be nosy. Tell the truth, Phaedra, with your fake ass. Anyway, so then they all go to, dinner. That, I guess they last dinner or whatever, so Peter called it, and he wants to make this big old toast, and he asks all the men to stand up, so he makes this big toast, and he goes all the way around to each couple and say how he likes them and they're cool. He goes to Todd and Candy and say how they cool. He goes to Todd and Candy. He goes to Phaedra and Apollo. Then he goes to Nene and Greg and say hi. They cool and he hope it works and all this stuff. Then he goes to Kenya and Walter, and he was like, at first I didn't think y'all was a real relationship. Everybody's face looks alike. Oh. Then he goes and tells Walter how, something about his pink shirt, and Walter, like, why are you checking out this man's pink shirt? Stop, Peter. That's why you get talked about on the blogs and stuff. Stop pointing out this man's pink shirt. You didn't point out nobody else's stuff on the table, but you pointed out this man's pink shirt, and then the day before you had this, or the day probably earlier, you had that big ass bright orange shirt on, so stop. But anyway, he goes and tells Walter how he look good and they matching, and Walter looks like, ew, like, damn. And then he's like, it wasn't planned. You can just tell their relationship is bogus. Every time you see the camera point to them, you can tell their relationship is bogus. You never see them hug. Even when everybody was kissing, did y'all know when everybody was kissing, I think it was when they was at lunch, and everybody was kissing, and she asked him for a kiss, and he kissed her on the cheek. I said, that's it right there. He don't like you. Like, I don't care how many times you try to go at this man, he doesn't like you. So then Peter brings up that Walter has 12 hours to propose to Kenya because they're going to leave, and they were talking about the birdies in 3 days or whatever. So he was like, what? Kenya told you I'm about to propose to her? He was like, no. So she was like, we talked about that. He was like, yeah, we talked about it, but I didn't say I was going to, that ain't what he said. But he was like, that ain't what I said I was going to marry you. Like, I got to do it on my own time. He was trying to save face, so he kept saying, I'll do it on my own time. So then, she gets upset because everybody is going around the table talking about how they were proposed to, and she was cool. She started that. She asked Candy about Todd and Candy, and Candy was like, shut it down. Was like, I don't want to know, shut it down. So I was like, yeah, Candy, shut that shit down. Then she was like, start asking everybody how they was being proposed to. Everybody started giving a story. When Cordell started telling his story about Portia, you know, she don't like Portia, so when Cordell started telling his story about Portia, all of a sudden she had to get up off that table. She was like, oh, everybody's talking about their stories, and that's what she was telling Walter when he went to go find the chase after her. And I'm sitting there like, shut up. You brought this out, so that's what you get. So then they arguing while her and Walter is arguing because she felt some kind of way about him not proposing or wanting to marry her or whatever. So she sashayed away. And so Walter was just like, make sure she get on the bus and walk back to the table. Another reason why he don't like you. If a man liked you, he would have chased after you. So commercial comes back and she's sitting on this in the woods and somewhere by herself in the dark. And Phaedra felt some kind of way talking about she shouldn't be out there by herself. So Phaedra go get her. Phaedra, why did you stop trying to be this Southern Belle? Why did you go get her? This man started this fraud. I ain't mean to call her a man, but sometimes she got. But she why did you go get her, Phaedra? She started with your man. She disrespected you to the highest. You should have been the one to go check on her. Walter should have been the one to go check on her. So they go check, and then Apollo comes, and he starts talking to her. And the whole time Apollo was talking to her, I'm like, Apollo, you better not touch her. You better not get close to her. When they walking back, I was like, Apollo, yeah, that's right, baby, get in the middle. Apollo better not go stand next to her. I was just like, ugh. But so it goes off, and then the next episode, we're going to see about Phaedra and Apollo's relationship, because Apollo's feeling some kind of way, and apparently Phaedra didn't get the memo on how Apollo was feeling, because if you see her face when he was talking to Peter now, she was just like, oops. So I really want to see that episode, because I'm so over her acting like this prima donna, good girl. I want to see how their relationship really is. Anyway, make sure you rate, comment, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at thaghettoview, THA, not THE, Ms. Nika69 on Instagram, MIZZ, not MS, not whatever y'all put. It's MIZZ, Nika69. Follow me on Facebook at thaghettoview. Talk to me and I'll talk back. All right, peace.